you are in life right now is nobody's doing but your own. Now, I say this with great respect, but really, if you think about this, where we are in our lives in this exact moment is the sum total of our choices, right? So in this video, I'm going to share the decision-making frameworks that help me live a life of purpose, fulfillment, and impact. Hi, my name is Hamzah Salim, and I help ambitious people live the life they want through self-mastery. So the first thing that we have to do to make better decisions in our lives is to free up our cognitive bandwidth. Now, cognitive bandwidth is essentially the term that refers to our finite mental capacities. So you can think of it like a decision-making muscles. When you train your muscles, they get exhausted and they need time to recover. The same thing applies to our decision-making muscles. So the more decisions we make, the less energy we have. And usually nowadays what's happening with most people is that they make so many decisions, and when it comes to the important decisions, they don't make the best quality of decisions because their energy is depleted. So the real key here is to make less decisions. Now, you might ask, how do we make less decisions, right? By stripping out complexity out of our lives. I give you a real example here. For example, my closet is simple and minimal. I stripped out all the complexity and all the fancy clothing. I wear almost the same thing every single day. I have about 3-4 color patterns and I'm fine with that. I don't have to think about what to wear, and this saves me up so much energy, mental energy, that I can use to make better decisions. Another area that I've massively simplified are groceries. When I go to buy food, for me it's very easy because I have a simple diet and I know almost every time what to buy. And this also frees up my cognitive bandwidth. So ask yourself, where can you reduce the complexity in your life? Now, if you look around, we are living in an age where there's abundance of opportunities. There are so many choices when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to food, and it overwhelms us. And if we don't simplify our lives, at least what I have found is that you don't make very good decisions consistently, and you will regret some decisions. That's what happened in my life. And I continuously look for ways to simplify the core areas of my life. Because, for example, when you study the most successful entrepreneurs, they have one thing in common. Most of them wear the same clothes every day because they understand that their mental capacity is finite. So we want to reduce the complexity in our lives and simplify everything. So after we have freed up our cognitive bandwidth, we want to make sure that we have an aim or a mission in our life. This is by far the most important aspect in making better decisions. We have to have a mission, we have to know our end goal. And for that, I'm going to share my mission statement. So for me, it is helping ambitious people realize their incredible potential for good. So that's my mission statement. And when you have a clear mission statement like this, decision making becomes way easier because it comes top down from that. Now, in addition to that, you want to also identify your core values because your values also guide your decision making. So my current top 5 values are faith in God, health, excellence, service, and joy. If you have clear values like that, your whole decision making process becomes way easier because you have the end in mind and you have your principles. And by the way, if you found this video valuable, let me know in the comment section below what your biggest takeaway is. I really like reading through your comments, and with that being said, let's move on with the video. So we have freed up our cognitive bandwidth by reducing complexity in our lives and simplified every area of our lives. Then we have a mission statement, we have a core values and principles that we live by to make better decisions. The next thing that you want to use in your decision-making arsenal are mental models. Now, there are a lot of mental models that I use and that I learned over the past years. It will be really exhaustive to list all of them, but what I'm going to do is to share with you the key mental models or decision frameworks that I use. So the first one is long-term thinking. Whenever I have to make a decision, I always think about the long term. Be it in my health decisions, my career decisions, or decisions about my relationships, I always think about what are the long-term consequences of my decisions. And this has served me a lot over the years, and I'm continually using as one of my favorite mental models. So the second one are constraints, and I use constraints a lot, especially when it comes, for example, working on my YouTube videos. I usually tend to have a lot of ideas and work on different videos, and I ask myself, if I could only work on one video, which one would it be? And this helps you make the best decision on which video topic to produce. The third one is thinking in systems. I approach almost every decision in my life in a systematic way. Earlier I shared that my closet is simple and minimal. I made sure that every single item is functional and works as a whole, as a system. And this makes my decision making much easier. In my food selection, always the same. It works as a system with my diet. And when it comes also to my YouTube videos, maybe you have noticed if you watched my older videos that I have a systematic structure. My videos tend to follow up on each other, and this has made my decision-making process way easier. If you can approach life in a systems way when you make decisions and you see the whole part and how it works together, it reduces the friction and you have more mental clarity and more decision-making power. So the fourth one that I use is pattern recognition. When I have to make a big decision, a decision that takes a lot of contemplation and a lot of analyzing, I make sure to use this framework. Let's say, for example, you want to develop a successful habit. So pattern recognition is the ability to recognize patterns, right? For example, the most successful people in the world, they have things in common. They have some behaviors, some habits, some attitudes that are common. And when you see a recurring pattern of the most successful people in the field of your choice, you'll recognize that they have things in common, and this helps you a lot in your decision making. Now at this point, I've hopefully given you some valuable insights on how you can make better decisions. But the truth is this: emotions play a huge role in our decision making process. And if you want to accelerate the results and go even a higher level, make sure you watch this video where I'll break down how you can master and control your emotions. Because emotions are a huge part in our lives, and those who can control their emotions get the more favorable outcomes. So you definitely want to watch this video next. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I see you in the next video.